अंगमैया की, यमुनमैया की, तुलसी महाराज की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री गौरांगी वेंकटेश्वर की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ श्री श्री निताय की, वंदना श्रीमद् भागवत की, all glories to the Son, all glories to the Son, all glories to the Son, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri and Shri Krishna Krishna Putane Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachare Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatdeshakare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1st, Chapter 6th, chapter entitled Conversation between Narada and Vyasa. Text number 25. 1625. Please repeat after me. Etavad ukto paramam tanmahat bhutam nabholingam alingam ishwaram aham cha tasmai mahatam mahiyase Krishnavanamam vidadhe anukampitaha. We'll go directly for translation and purport. Translation. Then that supreme personality, supreme authority, personified by sound and unseen by eyes, but most wonderful, stopped speaking. Feeling a sense of gratitude, I offered my obeisances unto him, bowing my head. Purport. That the personality of Godhead was not seen but only heard does not make any difference. The personality of Godhead produced the four Vedas by his breathing, and he is seen and realized through the transcendental sound of the Vedas. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita is the sound representation of the Lord, and there is no difference in identity. The conclusion is that the Lord can be seen and heard by persistent chanting of the transcendental sound. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnana-jana-shalakaya Chakshura-militam yena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya-manobhishtam Sthapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Vita Padapalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvabhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurapishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jaganpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. What happened? Hare Krishna. You can give that mobile. Shailesh bro. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. We could go on chanting whole class also. But the essence of all Krishna Katha is Krishna's holy name, Harinam. But anyway, some discussion. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be able to serve you all. In particular, I am very grateful to His Grace Raja Krishna Prabhu, who very kindly keeps inviting me and keeps me engaged. So this is very important topic we are going to discuss, that is gratitude. One of my most favorite topics, though I don't know personally how much grateful I am to whole of Guru Parampara, in particular to my teachers in spiritual life. But it's very, very important. Opposite to Vaishnava Aparadh is kind of gratitude. So when we don't have gratitude towards devotees, to a particular devotee, to that devotee will offend. If I understand that this devotee has contributed so much to my life, he is contributing and he is going to contribute till my last breath. So I will never offend him. But unfortunately, Maya covers over our intelligence, and then in the fit of anger or whatever disturbance, we just offend Vaishnavas. And Vaishnava Aparadh originates from false ego. That I am the enjoyer, I am the top person, everybody should respect me. So everybody will not respect you because you are not worth respecting by everyone. Who are you? You are insignificant. You think you are significant. That is your illusion. Maya's complete illusion over you. But then when such insult comes, lack of respect by others, then one becomes very angry and he offends Vaishnavas. But gratitude means I'm very insignificant. But the devotees are so merciful. I don't deserve in this august assembly of Vaishnavas. I'm like a crow in this assembly of swans. And there are so many Paramhamsas also, supreme swans. But I'm allowed. It's Krishna's amazing mercy upon me. So when it's thinking like that, so then such a person can make very swift advancement in spiritual life. Though all of us are undergoing the same thing, the same morning program, same sangha, same class, everything is same, but the advancement is different based on whether we have this kind of offensive tendency in which we think I am great, I am the center of the whole creation, or on the other side we think I am very fortunate, I am allowed to be here. I don't deserve to be here, but I am allowed to be here. This is the mercy of Vaishnava upon me. One who thinks like that, he makes a lot of advancement. In the same span of time, one is making Hare Krishna, obeisances to His Grace, Bhaktivinoda Prabhu. He is the one who invited us in 97, I believe, to Chandigarh, Karnal, Ambala. We even stayed in, I think, quarters of the IS officers in Shimla. It was very merciful. That time we were just the beginners. In 16, we started chanting 16 rounds. He had invited all over India youth who were chanting one round, and we were chanting 16 rounds. Just had begun few months back. So it was a very nice association. So many great souls were invited. Jagdish Swami Maharaj and Vidya Swami Maharaj. So beautiful. So here we are discussing about the gratitude. So gratitude is very important. The Sanskrit word for is kritagya. Opposite of is kritagna. Gna means one who doesn't understand, one who forgets. But kritagya means knower. Jnanavan. One who knows what is done to him. Means what is done good to him. Not bad. I I may say that I also know what is done to me. So many bad things are done to me by devotees. This devotee did this bad thing, that devotee did not give me respect. You can keep blaming. Not that kind of Kritagya. The one who knows what kind of good deeds, spiritual activities, favors have been done to me. So for this, one of the best shlokas I feel is by Maharani Kunti in the 8th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, prayers by Queen Kunti. She offers so many prayers to Lord Krishna. So one of the best fitting in this is Vishan Mahagne Purushanda Darshana Asat Sahaya Vanavasa Krishnataha Prade Vrade Maharatastrato Draunyastrataschansmi Hayavidamshataha. So that last word, Hare Abhirakshita, the Lord protected, is applicable to each and every calamity that she underwent with her sons. And she is mentioning also here. So first, Vishan, they were fed poison. They means Bhima. When he was a small child, he was very fond of eating because Vrkagni, a very voracious fire, it's always burning in his stomach. So he was very fond of eating. And once Duryodhana was very envious of him, fed him poisoned cake that told him, Bhima, this is only for you, don't show to others, eat in seclusion. And Bhima was very much happy with that. And he ate it very innocently. But because poison was mixed in that, he felt unconscious. Then Duryodhana, Dushasan, some other Kauravas, they tied a big stone to him and they threw him in one lake. And he went down, down, down. He reached the bottom. There were many snakes there. They started biting this Bhima. But because he already had poison in his body, so the poison was removed by them. And as he came to consciousness, he got up and started fighting with all the snakes, started beating them like anything. So immediately one person went to the leader and he was informed that one human child has come, he's very powerful. He's beating all the snakes. So then he was invited, Bhima was invited there, and the king was very happy and he said, you are very great, powerful personality. So for your pleasure, to please you, we are offering these beverages in these big pots. As much as you can drink, that much your power will be there. So he drank all of them. Oh, he did not ask for more. So he got the strength of 10,000 elephants. So that, Kunti Maharani is mentioning, Vishan, we were fed poison. But that was Hare Abhirakshita. Now, if you see in this whole scene, Krishna, where is Krishna in picture? He is not there. In the childhood, Krishna did not meet Pandavas. Only after killing Kamsa, he sent Akrurji, go to Hastinapur and see what that cruel or what is the exact word? Cunning, no, not cunning. In Krishna book, the title is there for that chapter, Dhritarashtra. Ill-motivated Dhritarashtra, if I am not wrong. Ill-motivated Dhritarashtra. What is it doing to my cousin brothers, Pandavas? And Akrurji finds out and informs Krishna.
So Vishan, Mahagni. So Mahagni is they were in Varnavrat. They were told go for a fun in the forest. Nice palace is there and all facilities are there. Innocent Yudhishthira Maharaj accepted, not knowing that it is all made up of lac, which is very inflammable object. And then Vidurji was very kind enough. He knew that this is all plot. He sent a chit, very code language, and immediately Yudhishthira Maharaj understood. We are going to get burnt in this, and we have to escape. So they arranged underground tunnel through Bhima, and when they only set the fire, inside the maid servant who was there with her 5 sons, they all burnt alive, whereas Pandavas with Kunti, they all escaped. But she says, Hare Abhirakshitaha. So here also Krishna is not in picture. Where is Krishna in picture? Krishna is not in picture. Vidurji is in picture, little indirectly, not physically present, but through the letter he informed them. This is gratitude. Everything that is happening in my life is Lord's arrangement. As Srila Prabhupada said in the 13th chapter of 10th canto, one of the last purports by Prabhupada. So he says, everything is moving by the will of the Supreme. This consciousness is called as Krishna consciousness. So many times we keep blaming so many things. Hey, this is not happening properly. That is not good. You have to know Krishna has sanctioned it. Krishna has sanctioned it. Okay, according to dharma, it is not proper. It should not be like that. So the blame comes on me because I am not preaching. So that's why adharma is going on. Not that they are at fault. I am at fault.
I am not preaching. I'm just remaining myself in a cozy zone. So much is given to me by the whole Guru Parampara, and I'm keeping shut. So silence on the part of devotees is the greatest violence. They should not remain silent. They should speak. They should speak, and that way they will receive the mercy of the Lord. But we have to know everything is arranged. Lord's sanction is there. That's how whatever wrong thing happened is happening. Lord is situated in everyone's heart, and according to karma, so many things are happening. So I should not blame them. I should go and be the helping hand rather than keep blaming the whole world. It's a great responsibility on my shoulder to do that. Ishan Mahagne Purushada Darshana. There were attempts to eat them alive by so many demons, Hidimba, then Bakasur. But there also, she says Krishna protected. So there also we don't find Krishna so much. When Bakasur was killed, Krishna was not there in the forest, nor was Krishna there when Hidimba was killed. But everything is arranged by the Lord. That is the understanding of a devotee. Purushada Asas Sabaya, when Draupadi was being disrobed in that people in that assembly. So there also Krishna came in the form of sari, though invisibly, but Krishna did protect Draupadi. Because when Shishupal was killed with the Sudarshan Chakra of Krishna, and Sudarshan Chakra came back, apparently there was a cut on Krishna's little finger. Seeing this, Subhadra was frantic. Oh, my brother's finger is cut. So what to do? What to do? Some cloth piece, something. She was running here and there. And Draupadi, as she saw, immediately she had new sari. Immediately she took the end of sari. Trrrr, no question of second thought. My new sari. What will it? Whether my husband will give second or not? No. For Krishna, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. So immediately she tied, and she was tying it, and Krishna was looking at Draupadi and said, Draupadi, you give me a piece of cloth, I will give you unlimited cloth. No person in the creation can measure it like that. And Krishna did come and did provide her and protected her. Asas Sabhaya Vanavasa Krishrata. In the forest also, like Durvasa Muni came with sometimes there 10,000, 60,000 disciples. But there also Krishna came and said, Draupadi, I'm hungry, give me something. She said, already Durvasa has come, we have nothing. And you are asking for something. Nothing, Akshay Patra. I already ate from it, washed it, kept it upside down. Now it cannot produce anything for the day. He said, no, something might be there. And then there was some sharp piece. Krishna took it and he said, I'm happy, satisfied. And immediately Durvasa Muni and all his disciples, their bellies bulged out and they felt, my God, what happened? Suddenly stomach is filled. And then Bhima came and said, Durvasa Muni, come, Yudhishthira Maharaj is calling. And they were scared. Bhima feeds others the way he eats. We are no match. Already we cannot take it. So immediately they ran away the other side. So there also, Vanavasa Krishyata, Mrudhe Neka Maharathastrato. And now in the Mahabharata war, so many powerful, in Bhagavatam it is said they were like Timingala fishes, which eat even shark and biggest of the fishes in the creation. But there also Krishna protected them by the mercy of Krishna. There also we can see that in the first canto the discussion comes when Arjuna was bringing the queens of Krishna back to Hastinapur. Some infidel coward children, hardly 8, 10 in number, with their sticks they drove away. They defeated Arjun and took away all the queens of Krishna. And Arjun says, I'm same Arjun, same Gandhibhav, same arrows, same horses, everything is same. But one thing is not same. Krishna is not there. That's why I understand now. All that power was given by Krishna only. So in the war also, war field, Arjun and others were protected by Krishna only. Asasavaivanavasa Krishna. Mrudhe neka maharatastrato draunyastapaschasmi haryabhirikshita. And just now, recently, just before her prayers, Drauni, the son of Dronacharya, Ashwatthama had tried to attack the last descendant of Kuru dynasty by shooting a Brahmastra on the womb of Mother Uttara. So there Krishna entered in the womb and protected. So Krishna only is protect. He only protected in all situations. That is her complete faith and conviction. So our conviction also has to be like that to be able to make progress. That in all situations of life,
Krishna is helping me through devotees, through this devotee, through this devotee, through this devotee. Krishna is only acting in my life. Seeing Krishna's hand at every moment is very important. Seeing Krishna's hand means what? I'm drowning in the water and some hand comes from the top and picks me up, you know, and puts me on the bank. Okay, that may happen for few, but most others will be rescued by somebody. Some devotee will come. He may pull you like this. It may not come from the top, but it is Krishna's hand in our life only. And as far as whatever wrong things are happening, bad things are happening, tatte anukampam sushamekshamano bunjanayevatmakritam vipakam hridvagvidpurbhir vidadhan namaste Jive tayo mukti pade sadai bha. So this is understanding. This is one of the most frequently quoted slokas by Srila Prabhupada as far as devotee crowd is concerned. For new people, that tapo divyam putra kayanasan. Nayam deho dehe bhajam triloke. And as far as Bhagavad then the hinos vinyata dehe, those kind of verses. So this is very important for devotees. Tatyanukampam susamekshamaну bhunjana eva atmakritam vipakam. If I have cooked khichdi which is burnt while eating, I am not able to blame anyone because atmakritam vipakam. Vipakam मैंने ही cook किया था वो गलत तरीके से. It was cooked burnt khichdi. So atmakritam मैंने ही बनाई थी खिचड़ी. And I cooked the khichdi and so much I cooked that it got burnt and now it is tasting bad. I cannot blame anyone. So that is the devotee. Whatever bad is happening, it is all because of my past misdeeds. And Krishna is very merciful. He is giving just a token punishment, a very insignificant punishment. Just like that one devotee's finger was cut while cutting sabji, and he asked Prabhupada why it happened like that. Prabhupada said, your hand was to cut according to your karma. But because your hand was engaged in cutting sabji for Krishna, just a token punishment. Finger cut, nothing. After 2-3 days, it will be making no effect in body. So one's understanding has to be like that. I'm supposed to suffer a lot, but Krishna is very, very merciful. That he's giving insignificant token punishment. And with his body, mind, and words, he remains always engaged in the service of the Lord. And such a person is only the fit candidate for liberation. All of us want to be liberated. In a sense, we want to go back to Godhead. But this we have to digest. We have to practice in life. No matter what happens, no blaming, no blame game. I will never blame anyone. Easy to say and follow, isn't it? Very naturally we, oh, it's so hard today. God. So in one sense, there is this thing. The feeling is also having that I am suffering like that. If it is hot, it is not just hot for you. It is hot for everyone around, at least in that area. So everyone under. That's why one of the first teachings after telling the foundational teaching in Bhagavad Gita that you are not body, you are spirit soul, Krishna says that you just tolerate everything. Everything, Shita, Ushna, summer, winter, all seasons, all the things you have to tolerate. And that also is seen in the 6th chapter. Krishna says, Shitoshna Sukha Dukkheshu Tatha Mana Pamanayo. Step by step. So Shita Ushna is the bottommost tolerance because it is only related to gross body. My gross body only feels hot. My gross body only feels cold. Subtle body is unaffected, ideally, means actually. But then, because I understand, I think I am this body, then I make hoo ha, this is too much. Hue and cry we make. But otherwise, it is on very low level. It can be easily tolerated. Shitoshna, then Sukha Dukkhata, that is on mental platform. Now I feel like this. That's why likes and dislikes are very dangerous words. His Grace Jananivas Prabhu said that if a devotee says, I like this, that is sense gratification. Life cannot be according to our likes and dislikes. It is according to Krishna's likes and dislikes. If Krishna likes it, I like it. Krishna doesn't like something, I don't like that. But same Krishna after some time may say, I like that. So okay, I also like that. So like that. So we are servants of Krishna, not servants of likes and dislikes. So we should not keep ourselves in center. Krishna consciousness means to take oneself out of center and to put Krishna there. So how much we try to keep ourselves in center, that can be seen. How much we are happy, elated in happiness, and how much we are distressed, troubled, down face, or mood is off, all this kind of thing. When wrong things are happening, which are not liked by us. So one should not be like that. And then the last is manapaman. It is the worst because it's a direct blow on false ego. So we don't like wherever we are given nice garlands. So, oh yes, I should go to Bangalore because I am given nice garlands, and I should not go to that place. They don't even feel bad after not giving the garland only. So I should not go like that. So are we going there to get garland or to give Krishna to others? Prabhupada never went to America to get garlands. Hmm. That's why he got millions of garlands. We go to get garlands. So by Krishna's grace, we are not getting slaps and chappals. But sometimes Krishna does inflate our false ego by giving some garlands. So we have to be very careful. A devotee means nirashir nirmamo bhutva yuddhasva vegatachvara. In the third chapter itself, Krishna is saying, nirashir, no expectation, zero expectation, like that. Not even expectation that I will be delivered. Mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat bhakti raheto ki tai. I want service. This is completely spiritual aspiration, expectation. And that should be the case. That we should always, that's how we should always chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I always want service. I don't worry about getting out of cycle of birth and death. That is a devotee. So very amazing. So Kritagya, one who remembers what good things are done to him. So there are several stories even in the outside world also they have, like in what is that, in the Rome country there was a slave whose name was Androcles. He was slave, so his master was there, and master is a taskmaster, cruel kind of. So he was tired, he was completely in distress. So one day, seeing the opportunity, he escaped. He went to forest running there. But then in the forest, he was running because some others were behind him. So he was running with very high speed, and then he escaped. But in the forest, he was very tired and he fell down in one place. He was gasping for life, somehow trying to, because he was hungry also, quite not eaten for quite a long time. So tired. Then from nearby forest, he heard the sound of a lion, and he was scared. My God, he's around. Hope he doesn't come here. And sure enough, the lion was coming towards him only, and he got all the more scared. Finished. I'll be eaten now by this lion. But he saw a very surprising thing in that lion. The lion was not walking the way usually the lions walk. His one leg was in air, and he was walking on three legs. He was wondering what. And the lion came very close to him, like that only. And he did nothing to that Androcles. So he was wondering what is that. So he took the lion's paw and he was looking there. And then below he saw there was a very thick thorn had gone in the sole of his paw, like that. So he understood this lion isn't. And the lion had tears also. He was in trouble. So this Androcles caught the thorn very tightly and pulled it out. And as it was pulled, it was very painful. Lion gave a very loud roar because it was very painful. But then the thorn was out of the paw, and then he was also expert in knowing some jadi booty, so he applied that, and within few days or so, the lion was all right. So he was so grateful, lion. So he would arrange food stuff for this Androcles. But by the way, meat he would arrange because lion knows only meat. He cannot bring sabji, palak and bendi sabji, nor can he cook, nor is it available in the forest. So he was whatever prey he would catch, he share their friends. So he would give. But after few days, it so happened because the owner was searching frantically for this Androcle. So he had told the king. The king's soldiers came and they found him here. They immediately caught him and took him there. So that time, then the decision was taken, court case, that this fellow ran away. So this is breaking the law. Now he should be eaten by a lion, hungry lion, like that. So they arranged, and this is all in public only. Like we have this cricket matches, etc. All were sitting, and they will going to see this person being eaten alive by a lion. And then the doors opened. Lion came running. The lion was hungry. For several days he was not fed. So then he will eat that fellow very thoroughly, like that. So he came running, and he came running, he stopped because he was the same lion. and he embraced Androcles. He kind of kissed him and all that. And Androcles also embraced him and all that. So all were wondering, king was surprised. How is it? Hungry lion had not been fed. So then he called Androcles and asked what happened, how all this, who is he? So then he told the whole story, what happened in the forest and all that. So then the attempt was already made, and they said because he's such a nice person, even lion did not eat him. So now he's spared, he can go. And the lion was also released. So we can see even animal, fierce animal, ferocious animal like lion is also grateful. So how much more human beings should be grateful, isn't it? They also have that kind of understanding that somebody helped me, I should reciprocate. But unfortunately, because of the selfish purposes, the human beings are not like that. Just like this one, Nawab Hussain Shah, and when he married, so Begum found that there is some marks on his back, and she said, "What is this? What are these marks?" So then he said, "I was under Subhuti Rai in my childhood. He was very kind. He would feed me and all. I would do household work for Subhuti Rai. But then once I committed some mistake, he was very angry. He beat me on the back. So these are the scars of that." And she became wild. What a nonsense. How dare of that fellow to do this to my husband? Immediately kill him. And Subhudira said, no, how can I kill him? I'm very grateful to him. He's the one who raised me like a son. And that was correct. I was at fault and all that. She said, nothing doing. You have to kill. And he was pleading, no, please don't be so rude. Then she said, okay, at least change, convert him. What you call spoil his caste. And in those days, it was very simple to make a Hindu get out of his caste. Just Muslim people, whatever they have drunk or something, sprinkle some water, and the Hindu is no more Hindu. He's fallen down like that. So that's what they did to Subudira, and Subudira was wondering what to do. And then he went to several people asking, how can I become again reinstated in my original position? So when somebody said, you drink hot ghee, boiling, fuming ghee you drink, then you will be purified. Ghee is very purifying. He said, but I will die. I said, yeah, that's what. You have to die. Next life, you will have pure existence. So many others said you have to commit suicide. So ultimately, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, just don't worry. Chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just Nameruchi and Vaishnava Seva. You be in Vrindavan, all these Bengali Vaishnavas come, they are not accustomed to eating chapatis, rotis of Vrindavan. They are Bengalis like rice. So you arrange for them rice or curd, and also take them for a tour of 12 forests and give them oil massages. So that way render services. But then we can see Nawab Hussain Shah, though very grateful to Subhuti Rai, because of getting in the clutches of his wife, and for his selfish purposes, he was ready to spoil the caste of Subhuti Rai also. So this is what happens. Human beings get carried away. It's the best example in the day-to-day life only we see. So many kids are boys are so loyal to their parents in the childhood. But if they get married and married wife says, ये क्या बुद्धे बैठे घर में? Either them or me. Choose whom you want. No, don't be like that. He'll try to console her and all, but she doesn't agree. Then he'll be thrown. The parents will be thrown out to old age homes. I have seen such cases, very horrible. 4 young sons, all graduates, become and all working in the banks and all that in Mumbai. And they feel their father is too heavy. We cannot maintain him. So put him in the old age home. Monthly 2000 rupees. Okay, 500, 500, 500, 500. We'll share like that. The father was crying there. Can you imagine? One son, two son, something. 4 sons. Nobody is ready to take care. So he was very pathetic. He would cry there in old age home. So ultimately they had to bring him. So now, okay, 3 months you take, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, like that. Nobody is ready to take him for whole life or whole year or something. No. So terrible situation because selfishness. One keeps himself in the center, and same tendencies we are coming by those tendencies. Our background is that only, selfish tendencies. But in ISKCON, in devotee circle, we find such selfless devotees, and that's what inspires us to take ourselves a little bit out from the center. That's why it's very important to be staying with devotees who are very dedicated, who don't care for themselves. Prabhupada was such a hero. He did not care. 40 rupees is nothing. 70-year-old man, cargo ship, going to America, 38 days, 2 heart attacks. No worries. Avashya Rakshive Krishna. Rakhe Krishna Mare Krishna Rakhe ke. So this kind of person we need to be. Or his followers are also like that, completely selfless. They did not care what will happen to me, materially, spiritually. So that kind of association is very important. Then our selfish tendencies will get out. There was one person, Mr. Ram, from village, and somehow he studied very nicely. He did his graduation, but there is where the job for graduates in the village. So he went to the city, one particular city, and he was going to so many companies trying for job. He was not getting for long, but after some days, long many days, he somehow got job in a company. And then he was working. He was very honest, very faithful, very hardworking. So because of his nice work, very quickly he got promoted to the higher level. There also he did wonderfully. So very soon he was promoted to the one of the managers in the company. So then this was not to the liking of other managers. They thought this fellow, so quickly he came up, this is not good. So something we have to do. So they went to the boss and said, boss, Mr. Ram. No, it's Mr. Ram, yeah, he's a very honest, very loyal, very faithful, amazing, sincere person. We are very fortunate to have obtained him. Then, no, that is okay. But the other side is also other side. What is the other side? Sir, in the afternoon, after lunch, we all take lunch for half an hour. He finishes in 10 minutes and he goes to his cabin and he closes the doors from inside. Then there is a bureau inside, locker he opens. There is a trunk inside. The key of that is only with him. And he has stolen a lot of property of the company. He has kept it there, but we cannot have access to it. He said, really? I never knew this. You see how I expose him tomorrow only. I said, yes, this is what you should do. So then next day, as soon as after lunch, Mr. Ram went to his room and latched it, and he opened that locker and the trunk. Immediately boss came and he started banging the door. Mr. Ram, open the door. Mr. Ram immediately came and says, sir, what happened in this lunch break? Why you came? What were you doing? Tell me, what were you doing? No, sir, nothing. What is that locker? No, sir, nothing. No, I want to see that. And then he went and the trunk was open only. So immediately he put his hand inside to see what is the stolen property. So he found out there was a trouser there, pant there. So he was wondering, pant, and there was an old pant. So he thought in the pockets there may be some money and all that. So he put hand in the pocket, it went, the hand went out only. So then shirt was also there. So he took the shirt and then also nothing there. So you're wondering, in a whole such a trunk inside locker, what is this trouser and pant? So the shirt. Then he asked, what is this, Mr. Ram? He said, sir, this is the same shirt pant in which I had come to your company. I had tried so many other companies, nowhere I was given chance. You were very merciful to me and you gave me this job. So how can I not remember that? To continue remaining grateful to you, I kept this so that throughout life I will remember who I was. And because of you, I have been elevated to this position. So I should not forget this. That's why I kept this. Every day I see this and remember how unfortunate I was and how because of you I have been made fortunate. And the boss was in tears. My God, such an amazing fellow. So he said, Mr. Ram, I have a proposal for you. I promise that you will not say no. Like that. He said, sir, have I ever said no for any of your proposals like that? Okay, today onwards, we are business partners. I said, sir, what are you saying? I said, yes, it's a great privilege to have such an honest person, grateful person to be business partner. Like that. So we are also going to be made business partner. Prabhupada already made us business partner. We have to be more and more grateful like Mr. Ram. Then surely, in fact, in whatever Prabhupada, even Krishna is saying, I will make you business partner. Where does he say? Diksha kale shishya kare atma samarpan sei kale Krishna tare kare atma sam. So at the time of the, initiation, the disciple gives himself fully in the service of Hari Guru Vaishnavas. And Saikale, at that time only Krishna Tare Kare Atmasam. Krishna makes him himself equal to himself. Just see. And in Bhagavatam also he says, Acharya mam vijaniyam na avamanneta karijit. Know the Acharya to be myself. Krishna is telling to Uddhav. Acharya is non-different from me. Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastrayer. He is as good as Lord Hari, Supreme Personality of Servitor Godhead. Sevak Bhagwan. Guru is Sevak Bhagwan. Or for that matter, any pure devotee who is completely dedicated to the Lord and is very grateful. So he will be made equal by Krishna. Krishna wants to expand his business and he wants many business partners, but who will not be exploitative, will be selfless, will be grateful, and who will completely get into expanding the business of the Lord, spreading this. In fact, Bhagavad also says, Nachatasman Manusheshu Kashin me priyakratama. There is no one more dear to me than him who spreads my message to others. So, such fortune is there for us. So, we need to be grateful. It is a characteristic of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, Prabhupada says in one place. That means it is natural characteristic in the mode of goodness. But unfortunately, Maya means, Devi Esha Gunamai, Mama Maya Duratya. She is made up of gunas, all three, Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun, but predominantly passion and ignorance. So because of passion and ignorance, gratitude level is not that much. And we can see in the beginning, gratitude is more. Like all the devotees I have seen, because I traveled to many places, many youth centers in India. So this, our senior Prabhu, all his mercy and all that. But the same devotee, because I have been going year after year, then eventually I find in the next visit, next visit, is, Prabhuji, this senior Prabhu, he's blocking me. He doesn't want. So he starts finding fault with his seniors. Same place, same person. Approaching also same person. And I can very clearly see the transfer. Just like parents can see how their son or daughter, how the physiological change is anyway seen by everyone, but psychological change in the children is very much pursued by the parents. And they also understand that, he is or she is like this now, and we need to little bit adjust also, because she is into wrong circles or he is also into wrong, he's going to school. So they understand that, and like that also we can see this is what happens. So gratitude kind of gets engulfed or enveloped by Maya's tricks. And that's how, and forget that. The worst is, they start criticizing the seniors. They see them as their enemies. That is the worst thing to happen. And they commit offenses and then no more. They have to leave the path of Krishna consciousness or get out of Brahmacharya ashram or somewhere. So that's why gratitude should be all time there. One should always count the blessings. I'm so much blessed, unlimitedly blessed. So the advancing devotee counts blessings. And the one who is not making advancement, he is seeing only curses around. Everybody is cursing me, everybody is unfair to me. So this is not good. So they say, if you are not grateful, you are a great fool. If you are not grateful, GRATFUL, you are a great, GREAT, fool, FOOL. So we need to be grateful. And we express our gratitude through our services. Just like in front of Prabhupada, we come every morning and we offer flower. This is all expression of gratitude. This is the way Pancharatriki Vidhi way of worshipping Srila Prabhupada. Similarly, Bhagavad Vidhi way worshipping Prabhupada is reading his books. Prabhupada said, I will never die. I will remain in two places. Which are the two? You would have heard previous lectures. There are many places people cannot answer. So Prabhupada said, I will always remain in my books and in the hearts of my sincere followers. Prabhupada is there now also in these two places. So that is Bhagavad Vidhi. So every day we should read Srila Prabhupada books and be with Prabhupada, worship Prabhupada. That is the way to worship Prabhupada. The hard work he took for us, as they say, that he, for our sake, he did not sleep he avoided his night sleep. We should at least avoid day sleep for reading his books. Hare Krishna. So we should be grateful, otherwise we are grateful. And in Bhagavatam itself, we can see so many great souls. They express that. Just like Prahlad Maharaj, when Lord appeared in front of him, what did he say? Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe kamabhikamam anuyah prapatan prasangan krutvatmasat surarashina bhagavan grihita soham katham no visruche tava bhrutya sevam. So last line is often quoted by Prabhupada in his books. Whole sloka can also be quoted, but last line is most important. That's why he quotes it several places. Soham katham na visruje tava bhrutya sevam. Oh my dear Lord Nrsimhadev, how can I forget the service rendered by your devotee, your servant Narad Muni to me? When I was in the womb of my mother, he was the one who took my mother to Badrikashram and he gave her Bhagavad Dharma. And I was fortunate to hear that. I was blessed. I was protected. So that is his gratitude. In front of the Lord, he remembers his Guru. And that is the case with all the devotees. They have asked for Vaishnava Sangha, Vaishnava Association, whether Dhruva Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj, or Prithu Maharaj, they all desire to be in the association of devotees. And here in particular, Prahlad Maharaj is grateful to his spiritual master. So gratitude to God can be shown in so many different ways. Prabhupada in one of the purports, maybe in the first 6 chapters somewhere, he says that a devotee, out of gratitude to God, he offers his gratitude by offering food first in sacrifice. Yagya Shishta Shina Santo, Muchante Sarvakil Bishai. And so we are grateful that Lord has given his mercy. Krishna Bodo, Dayamoy, Oribare, Jivajay. This tongue is very voracious, very difficult to control. But Krishna has given his mercy in the form of this prasadam, by honoring which I'll be able to control my tongue and be able to chant Hare Krishna. So let us all sing the glories of Radha Krishna and call for the help of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. So Krishna Bada Doyamai. So a personalist can offer his gratitude because personal Lord with all senses has eaten the bhoga offered by the devotee and has given his mercy back. And by taking that, a devotee is physically, mentally, spiritually, all platform, he is nourished. So he can express his gratitude. But on the contrary, an impersonalist cannot. His Lord has no mouth, no hand to pick up the bhoga. So, and he has no eyes to see to bhoga offered by his devotee. In fact, the devotee will not offer only because his Lord doesn't have senses only, an impersonalist. So he cannot enjoy prasadam. Impersonalists cannot enjoy prasadam. They can't get prasad because their Lord cannot eat. So, but devotees, personalists are very fortunate. That's how we offer so much chappan bhog to the Lord. And chappan devotees can share afterwards. Means all, not chappan only, many more also. So that way we can express our gratitude. That is the fortune for personalists mainly. A disciple offers his gratitude through Guru Dakshina. Brahmacharis in particular, staying in Gurukul for several years, and Guru trains them in all aspects of life, material education, spiritual education, and they can do everything now. They can flourish well in material life and spiritual life by the grace of Guru. So they offer Guru Dakshina. So Guru Dakshina is a token of their gratitude, like that. So we should also offer Guru Dakshina, not just once, but at every moment, by giving our body, mind, and words in the service of superiors. So that way we can express our gratitude. Similarly, Kumaras, 4 Kumaras, they express their gratitude to Lord Narayan because there was Tulsi stuck there, offered at the lotus feet of Lord Narayan. And when 4 Kumaras were blocked by Jai Vijay, the doorkeepers, that conversation was going on, little heated conversation. That is the time when Lord came to know that my servant Jai Vijay have offended guests like Kumaras. So he comes there to rescue them. And just a breeze flows, and that smell, fragrance of Tulsi enters in the nostrils of the 4 Kumaras. And Sankshobham Akshara Jusham Apichitta Tanvo, they experience complete spiritual agitation. Their whole existence got transformed because fragrance from the lotus, this Tulsi offered at the lotus feet of the Lord, entered their nostrils. And they were very grateful to Lord Narayan and for that Tulsi, like that. So Prabhupada says in one place, there are no sufficient means to repay the Lord. Therefore, simply a devotee with folded palms, he just offers his prayers. Lord, I'm so grateful to you. We can see in Rukmini Devi's case, she was in love with Krishna because she had heard from so many saints about Krishna's valor, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's magnanimity. So she fell in love, and here her brother Rukmi had arranged her marriage with Shishupal. She wants to be Krishna's only, but this is happening. So she wrote her letter to Krishna, love letter, that please accept me. And this is the way you could come on my marriage day and kidnap me, this, that, everything. So she sent message through a Brahmin. The Brahmin went to Dwarka, gave to Krishna, and Krishna came to Kaundinyapur or Vidarbha, and he sent Brahman to Rukmini, but he remained there. He did not come. And that time when Brahman came, she was already in anxiety, and the Brahman said, "Don't worry, Krishna has come, and he'll rescue you. He will kidnap you, on the day of marriage tomorrow." So then she was very grateful to that Brahman, and she was wondering what to gift him. Something, we are grateful to someone, so we should gift him. So what gift? She was confused because he is giving me Krishna. So one who gives us Krishna, how can we repay him? There is nothing in the creation by which we can repay him. So she ultimately bowed down to that Brahmin. Lakshmi Devi bowing down to Brahman. So what will happen to Brahman? He will flourish unlimitedly. That is enough. So she bowed down. So that's how we should also bow down. Keep bowing down again and again and again in front of our superiors, because of whose mercy we are all here. Only to the degree we make progress in spiritual life, to that degree we understand how fortunate we have been made. Just like all of us also can see in our childhood, our own case, each one of can see very easily that when we were kids and we were denied certain privileges, like we asked for chocolate and mother said, no, no chocolate, you already ate one. Such a cruel lady. I will go to aunt will give or something like that. But as we grew, to whatever teenager or youthful days, then we understand she was perfect. Good that she did not feed me so many chocolates I was demanding. I was addicted to chocolates. Good. How many of you had that experience? That in the childhood we were upset, but afterwards you are happy. Good. Similarly for studies also. We did not want to study. We only wanted to play. But they caught us and parents said, no, you study this, that. So then we studied, and that's how we can come higher education, etc. And our livelihood becomes easier then. So gratitude is very important, and it should be expressed at every moment. And not only human beings, but even animals express their gratitude to Krishna. In Vrindavan, that is very easily seen. Once a group of peacocks approached Krishna and said, "Dear Lord, we want to see you dance. Could you please dance?" And he says, "Yes, for your pleasure, why not?" So Krishna took his flute out and he started playing on it, and he started dancing. And as he was dancing, it's like we have a circle, and in the middle some dancing, some devotee. So all the peacocks, they started going around in a circle, and they also go in a very amazing way. So they were going on, and all the cowherd boys were also dancing. Krishna went on playing on his flute, kept on dancing, and the time was passing by. 8 o'clock morning, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and step by step, because the sun was rising and it was becoming heated up. Step by step, these peacocks went to the shade somewhere under a tree. Boys also went. Krishna was still going on playing flute and dancing only. So it became too much. So Balram went and tightly hugged Krishna and said, "Krishna, enough. The peacocks are more than satisfied. They are all happy, and it's too much now. Everybody's tired. Let us take prasad or something like that." So then Shah said, "Oh." So all the peacocks came forward. They said, "Oh Lord, we just wanted to see you dance for some time, but you went on dancing only, unlimitedly, beyond our expectation. So we are very grateful to you. What can we offer you? We are insignificant peacocks, insignificant birds, but we have some feathers. So best of their feathers that they had, they kept at the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna immediately picked them and put them in his turban. So this is a pastime in which Krishna accepts peacock feathers on his turban. But eternally he wears peacock feathers. This pastime goes on in every millennium, every time he appears. So Krishna is amazing, and we can see that peacocks are also grateful. Vrajavasis, they express their gratitude for 7 days and 7 nights of Krishna's lifting Govardhan hill on his little finger of left hand. They were so grateful. Had it not been for Krishna, we would have been wiped off. Our existence would have been finished by this Indra's anger. So gratitude is ongoing. This on the Gopashtami day, Krishna was given charge of cows. Till then he was Vatsapal, taking care of cows. But now he's grown up. He's 5 year old. So he's big person. He's Nanda Maharaj's son, grown up. he wants to which are taking cows for grazing. And as Vatsapal, he can go only little bit behind Nanda Bhavan. So much that Yashoda Mai can go on the top and see. And he has to be within the visible range only. He can go. But now as Gopal, he can go deep in the forest, 12 forests. He can see his Vrindavan. That's what he wants to see. He wants to take cows. So Mother Yashoda is not ready, but then Krishna is very obstinate. Then ultimately it is decided we will give. So on the day of Gopashtami only, when he's made Gopal in charge of the cows, so then Mother Yashoda gifted him one umbrella and a pair of shoes. So it will be hot there. It will be difficult for you. So you can use this umbrella and also these shoes because there are so many thorns deep in the forest. Your feet will get pierced. Krishna said, "Oh, if you are giving me an umbrella and shoes, pair of shoes, you have to provide them for all my cows. I am Gopal. I am protector of my cows. How can I accept some privilege which my cows don't have? So you have to give them also." And Mother Yashoda was wondering because they had 9 lakh cows. So how to have 9 lakh umbrellas and 36 lakh shoes? She said, impossible. I can't provide. Then Krishna said, I'm also not taking. I will not take umbrella. I will not take pair of shoes. And Krishna went bare feet also. Anyway, this is all Krishna's pastime because Krishna wants to have his footprints imprinted all over Vrindavan. But this is Krishna's love for cows also. So the cows had a meeting that night. See, Gopal loves us so much. Is it proper proposal to Mother Yashoda to offer 9 lakh cows? We cows, why do we need umbrellas? We don't need umbrella and shoes. No question. Our feet, whose are only shoes, natural shoes. But Krishna's love for us is amazing. So we want to reciprocate. Certainly, the concern of Mother Yashoda is understandable. That the thorns and pebbles, they will prick Krishna's soft lotus feet. So let us do something about it. So all the cows went all over Vrindavan, and with their hooves they pounded the whole earth and made it very soft. Vrajaraj. So the Vrajaraj is the gratitude of mother cows for Krishna's reciprocation, Krishna's love for them. And so we experience that Vrajaraj. It is all filled with love of the cows for Krishna. That's why it is so amazing. And so many acharyas have glorified Vrajaraj so much. So you can see gratitude, how it can be appealing years later, decades later, millenniums later. So gratitude is very, very powerful. It can help one to make very swift advancement in Krishna consciousness. We say Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena. Spiritual master with the torchlight of knowledge has opened my eyes. Just like in the dark room, nothing is visible. So somebody switches on the torch, Shalakaya, that, what do you call that? That light goes in this way, beam of light. It goes like this. And everything gets illuminated, but that is very powerful. Wherever it falls, that is completely illuminated. So spiritual master has done that for all of us. A blind man, if he is operated by a doctor and is given eyes, how he feels grateful to that doctor. He never saw the world. Oh, there are such nice bulbs, such nice chandeliers, such nice decorations, such nice people, such nice scenic beauty. I never had fortune to see this. Now I can see how that blind man will feel after he gets his eyes by some doctor. His gratitude to the doctor will be so much there. So how much millions of times more our gratitude should be to our superiors. Because these eyes, what is the use? They are made up of fleshy eyeballs. In every lifetime we see, but we see sense objects only. Because the desire to enjoy is there. When we see with these eyes, we want to enjoy those objects. But spiritual master opens the spiritual eyes. And when with that we want to serve one and all. We want to serve Hari, Guru and Vaishnava. So amount of gratitude that we owe towards our superiors is unlimited because they have given us spiritual vision which nobody in the creation would have offered us. So that's what Prabhupada gives example. We see every morning, Chakshudan Dilojai Janme Janme Prabhu Se Divya Gyan Ridhe Prakashita. So Divya Gyan Ridhe Prakashit Chakshudan Dilojai. Chakshudan, donating eyes. In the outside world, so much talk goes on. Donating blood, donating eyes. So Prabhupada has donated both to us. He has donated his blood to us. The ink in Prabhupada's books is his blood. because the food he would have purchased with that money, he did not purchase food. He fasted. He saved money by walking 5 kilometers to the printer's place. So it was supposed to be his blood by eating food, but it has come in the form of ink on the paper. So Prabhupada has given his blood, and Prabhupada is giving eyes also through that knowledge, through his books, through his lectures. So how much we owe to Prabhupada? Life after life, if we take out our skin and make shoes and offer to Prabhupada, it is nothing. Eternally we keep doing, we cannot repay. Impossible. If one thinks I have repaid Prabhupada by taking out my skin and offering shoes made out of that, he is a fool, number one. It cannot be repaid. The gratitude we have, the fortune given to us is unlimited. So that has to be understood. So all are grateful. We can see Srila Prabhupada is also grateful. It is said when Draupadi Devi called Krishna, when she was getting disrobed, and she tried, as we know, she tried to take help from Dhritarashtra. Oh king, please, this is not fair. How can this be done in public? So then he did not say anything. He was blind by birth and blind by spiritual knowledge also. He was blind by all means. So then she asked others also, Bhishma, nobody was ready to help. She asked her husband, they were speechless. We have lost ourselves. How can I protect you? So she thought, I will protect myself only. So with her hand, she was trying to pull back the sari. But Dushasana was so powerful, having the strength of 10,000 elephants. He was pulling and she just could not. The sari, she should pull like this, but her hands are getting pulled. So then she left that and she took the sari in teeth. That also no use. So ultimately she understood only Krishna can protect. She raised her arms. That means no endeavors. That's why surrender mudra is this. Many times in Kirtan we raise hand. This is, we should think of Mother Draupadi. What a terrible situation she was in. So she left all endeavors, sarva dharman parityajya, and mamekam sharanam raja. Hey Krishna, hey Govinda, hey Gopijan Vallabh. Oh Lord, please protect me. And Lord, as she was crying out here in Hastinapur, there Krishna was in Dwarka. So he says, Prabhupada writes that in Nectar of Devotion, in 64 qualities of Krishna, one of the qualities is grateful. Krishna is grateful. So that call of Draupadi from the bottom of her heart was reverberating in my ears, in my heart, and my gratitude was increasing because she was calling with such love, such desperation. So my gratitude to her became unlimited, and then I appeared there in the form of sari. So we are also calling every day, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So why is Krishna not becoming grateful? He is grateful certainly, because there are so many other things also happening when we are chanting. Sleeping there, so many problems are coming. Mind is wandering all over. So Krishna is there in mouth, but mind is there in some other world, our own world. So Krishna wants to see the desperation, desperate call. Avashena pisaha, with helplessness. We make others helpless. So how will we? Others feel helpless. Certainly that is one service, but Krishna does not want us to do that way of service. So Krishna wants us to feel ourselves helpless like that. That's why all the so-called bad things that we feel are happening in my life, we have to tolerate. That's how we'll feel helpless. We'll feel I am in the toilet, such a bad smell. Let me get out of this at the earliest. Like that. Otherwise, very nice world. I want to stay here only. Everybody keeps giving me garland. How would we ever develop the desire to get out of this world? That's what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. This material world is like a toilet. Finish your business quickly and get out. So good. We should be grateful to the devotees who make us helpless. Like that. But we should not try to make others helpless. We should be helpful to others. But all others who make us helpless, we should be grateful because they are very good. In fact, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has shown that there was in one Gaudiya Mutt next to that, there was a neighbor who was very envious of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So every time Bhaktivinoda Thakur would visit and he would go out of the Gaudiya Mutt for preaching, as he would see him on the road, immediately say, see this person, and he would start blaspheming. And all the disciples would be so angry. What nonsense, how dare of him to speak like this to our Guru. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur would be calm. He would go, he would preach, he would come back. So after some months or so, when he came, the disciples said, Guru Maharaj, happy news, good news. What happened? That critic who would always criticize you is dead. Guru Maharaj is no more. They were so happy to tell him. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he heard this, he said, he's dead. Yes, Guru Maharaj is dead. He immediately started crying. He started crying and tears started coming out. And they were wondering, Guru Maharaj, did you hear? He's dead. And he's dead. The problem is gone. He said, no, my well-wisher is gone. How will I make progress in spiritual life now? He would tell me where to improve. It was good. He was my greatest well-wisher. I have lost him. And he continued crying only. And disciples wondering, this is a celebration. You should sponsor feast. He is dead. So just see how a pure devotee is. How grateful. And there was no show at all. In that, absolutely no show. Bhaktivinoda Thakur felt really I lost my well-wisher. Because he would tell. Just like, if I'm going for, let's say, addressing managers in a company, some 100 managers I'm going to address. And I go on the road and somebody, hey, just ye kaale ko dekho, kala muh karke ja raha hai. So now I have, muh kala karke main ja raha hu kya? Tera muh kala. You are black-faced one. Like that. No. Just think what is saying, kala muh. So again come back and see in the mirror. And then you see there is some black suit there. Something is there. Somehow might touch somewhere. So immediately you can wash it and clean your face and then go. All those 100 managers will listen to your message. Otherwise you would have gone with your kala face. Then what would they do? They'll be watching, na? Ye Prabhu kahi to muh kala karke aaye hai. This fellow has done something dangerous, black thing, and he has come here. So it is good. One should be able to see some good in everyone. That's what Chanakya Pandit also says. What he says. In the wish also one should be able to see Amrit. In a stool, if there is a little piece of gold, how many of you will take? Little only, less than 1 tola. How many will not take? How many will take? For Gaurangi Bangaloreshwar, we should be ready to go to any extent. Sarva dharman parityajya, stulekam sharanam vraja. Means that gold is for Krishna, na? So we have to be ready to put. And what? Take bath. But you may say, no, but the gold is also in the stool. No, hold the gold and take bath. Wash the gold also and wash your body also simultaneously. If you want, you can apply soap also on that. Cowpath is slow soap. Or Uttan if you want. No problem. So we should be ready to go to any extent for Lord's service. Prabhupada went to hell. He went to Bauri. It is nothing. Only 2 smells in entire Bauri. Only 2 smells. Which one? Urine and liquor. Only these 2 smells. And such strong smells. Citric acid, urine. All these hippies, they would drink a lot and they would lie down. And in that only they would pass urine. The whole area was infested with that strong odor of urine. And also, they would be drinking, so all that smell. And Prabhupada was there, Paramhamsa. And he did not say, what nonsense, crazy fellows. No. He saw that this person they are eager for Krishna. They want to know about Krishna. So how would we reciprocate with Prabhupada's contribution? Prabhupada sacrificed so much. So we should be ready to put our hand in the stool. What is the problem? So many baths we take anyway. So if you are getting gold for Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, 1 tola, less than 1 tola, whatever it is, why not? Definitely. So how many will raise hand? How many will take the gold out of the stool? Raise your hand. Okay. I think I have to canvas for that. Chanakya Pandit should come and canvas. Maybe Prabhupada should come here and shout, read my books. I have written this sloka there so many times. An application also has to be there. We should do that. For any extent, we should be ready to go. Even in the urine, we can put hand if there is some diamond there. We should be ready to go to any extent. When Rupa Goswami Pad, he was in Jagannath Puri and he wrote that very nice famous sloka. Anarpita charim chirat karunaya vaterna kalau sammarpaitum unnata ujjvala rasam swabhakti shriyam Haripurata sundara dyuti kadam basandipitaha sadarudaya kandare surataha vaha sachinandanaha. When this shloka was written by Rupa Goswami, all the devotees were ecstatic. Hare! What a shloka in glorification of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anarpita charim chira. That which was not arpit, which was not offered for long time. Love for Radha Krishna, love for Krishna, Krishna, Prem. Avatirno Kalau. In Kali Yuga, he has appeared. The Lord Krishna personally has appeared. And he has offered this Krishna Prem. Anarpita charim chirat karuna avatirna kalo sammarpaitum. He has offered this Unnata Ujjvala Rasam. Madhurya Ras. Madhurya Ras was not offered. Most of the people were in Dasya Ras. Our Laddu Gopal is like my child. But nobody had offered Madhurya Ras. So Mahaprabhu is offering that. Unnata Ujjvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam. He is giving bhakti to himself. Hari Purata Sundara Dyuti Kadimbita Sandipita Sada Rudhaya Kandare Spuratava Sachinandana. He is like that lion entering in the cave of my heart. Let him roar. Let this lion of Sachinandan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, roar loudly in my heart. That is Rupa Goswami's poetry. And when devotees heard that first fresh composition, they were ecstatic. Ecstatic. Haridas Thakur started dancing. When that Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdaye Karna Kroda Kadambini Katayate Karne Sarvendriyanam Spraham Cheta Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Spraham Yo no jane janita Kiyat Viramritaye Krishne Tivarnadvai. So then this was composed by Rupa Goswami. These two words, syllables, Krishna. I don't know how much nectar is there that I just, when I chant with my tongue, I feel like I should have millions of tongues. And when it enters in my ears, I feel I should have crores of ears. And it enters in the courtyard of my heart and starts dancing, making all the senses numb and inert. So when this was heard by Haridas Thakur, he started dancing there only. He said, I have heard so many glories of Harinam, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but nothing like this. This is out of the world. Rupa Goswami is blessed. Everybody said, Sarup Damodar Goswami said, Lord, you have blessed him. And Mahaprabhu also agrees. Yes, when I saw him as a proper candidate to receive bhakti in Prayagraj in my first meeting with him, so I offered him my mercy. I empowered him. So he's our empowered Acharya, Rupa Goswami. So Krishna is not able to even repay the gratitude he has to gopis, because the gopis, they came in the midnight for Krishna's sake. Krishna called on the flute, and it was heard particularly by each gopi in that way only. Hey Lalite, hey Vishakhe, hey Champakalate. So each gopi heard and they came in the midnight. In the midnight, we may not want to go, or even on Bangalore street. But gopis in the ladies' form, they went right away there and dense dark forest beyond moonlight also. Moonlight could not reach, but they entered there also. So Krishna says, Na parameyaham. I am just not able to reciprocate, not able to repay you. Be satisfied with your service only. I just can't repay you. So Krishna also has such kind of gratitude. So many examples. Prabhupada's life is the best example. How he was grateful to Jayanand Prabhu. We can see in Nectar of Devotion, Prabhupada says, we are very thankful, grateful to Jayanand Prabhu, who gave $5,000 in those days for the printing of this book, Nectar of Devotion. And similarly for Krishna book, he says George Harrison, who gave $19,000 in those days. Prabhupada expresses his gratitude. Towards the end of, before completing his pastime in this world, Prabhupada took out his golden ring, gave it to servants, and gave it to George. Tell him that I was remembering him. So how much grateful Prabhupada was. Though George being in that kind of world, he had to be in those kind of people, materialistic people, and also had some habits which are not appropriate for a devotee. But Prabhupada knew that this person has helped us so much. So anytime we serve devotees, they have become grateful to us. Just like by bowing down also, will see that how elderly people, you bow down, immediately they will do like this, juk juk jo, jite raho. You earn the blessing like that. Many times grandchildren, they know this. They are naughty, and when the grandfather comes, immediately they will catch the feet. Pai lagu, dadaji. Okay, ठीक है, juk juk jo. लेकिन juk juk naughty mat raho. So we can bow down to the instructions of the superiors, just like here Narada boy is grateful to the sound vibration. As we know the story, as per the instructions given by the Bhaktivedantis, he went to forest, he was meditating, he saw the Lord in the heart, but then the form disappeared. So he became disturbed, and he was trying to sit in the same posture in which he could get to see the Lord. But the Lord was not visible. So he, in disturbed state of mind, he opened his eyes, but nothing visible, but unembodied sound was heard. That, my dear child, in this life you are not pure enough to be able to see me. But don't worry, you go on with the process given to you by the Bhaktivedantis, and in the next life you will have the fortune. Anytime you wish, you can have my darshan. And the boy becomes Narad Muni in the next life. But here the sound stopped. Sound only was there, unembodied sound. It stopped. And immediately it is saying that then that supreme authority, personified by sound and unseen by eyes, but most wonderful, stopped speaking. Feeling a sense of gratitude, I offered my obeisances unto him, bowing my head. So Narada boy bowed down his head to the sound. So we have been given holy name, the supreme transcendental sound vibration. Golokera prema dhana Hari Nama Sankirtana. So from Golok Vrindavan, the object, it is from very far off place, that much it is adored. Made in China, made in Malaysia, Thailand, and all that. This is made and exported from Golok Vrindavan. What more than this? And Mahaprabhu sing, Enechi Aushadhi Maya Nashibar Lagi Hari Nama Maha Mantra Lato Me Magi. Mahaprabhu saying, for your sake I have appeared and I have brought this holy name. Please accept it. And Prabhupada is the one who gave it, delivered it. He is the delivery man. Mahaprabhu gave, brought to India, but Prabhupada took it from India to all the shores of all the oceans, everywhere, all continents. So our gratitude to Prabhupada should be expressed not just by offering flowers, but also by reading his books, both Bhagavad Gita. Offering flowers once in a day we may do, but reading of his books could be done more also. And that way, if we express our gratitude, we will make unlimited advancement. And then no question of offending other Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are my life and soul. They are my saving grace. His grace is my saving grace. He is never a disgrace. When we offend a Vaishnava, we are saying that he is a disgrace. We should know that he is entitled as his grace. He is a saving grace in my life. Had this Vaishnava not been in my life would have experienced some emptiness. So good that he's there. Everybody is there to purify me, and I'm very happy with that. Okay, I will end here. Any question? This is a weak subject matter. Millions of more things could be said. Writing down is also okay. There is something called a gratitude journal. Some devotees do that. They write on monthly basis, weekly basis, or sometimes daily basis also, expressing their gratitude. But it can be shown also in action. And we can preach the message. If we are engaged in preaching activities, then missionary activities, then gratitude is expressed. Because offense means disrespect. And opposite of that is respect. So whatever devotees tell us, and if we are doing, we are showing respect. So that way our gratitude is already expressed. We can externally also say, I am grateful to you. I love you. That is okay. But what is more important is showing through action also. Just like at the airport when Prabhupada was received, one of the airports, all the devotees bowed down and they had such roaring kirtan to receive him. There were tears practically seen in many devotees' eyes. And Shrutakirti Prabhu, when he saw that, he was completely put off. Oh, I don't have such love for Prabhupada. I'm staying so close to Prabhupada. I'm his personal servant, but I don't have love. I don't have tears only in my eyes. So then Prabhupada asked him, what happened? Why are you morose? He said, Prabhupada, I don't have any love for you. I am not having any tears in my eyes. Prabhupada said, no, but you are serving me. No, but Prabhupada, I don't have tears in my eyes. Prabhupada said, no, that is not very important. What is more important is service. So you are doing that, that is okay. So sometimes we may cry tears, that is okay. But if it is sentimental, it may not last long also. So it has to be springing from heart. Before that, it can spring from intelligence. That's why intelligence should be nourished by reading Prabhupada books, and intelligence should be touched, should be strengthened through that. Then we can have proper gratitude, which is ongoing gratitude. It will keep on increasing also. Otherwise, sentimentally also we may say, you know, आप हमें बचाए वगैरह, but sometimes person goes against also. So physically expressing through service is best. And the next is we can speak it out also. On Vyas Puja day, we verbally also speak it out like that. And other times also we can do that. But spiritual master also doesn't have time. Sometimes seniors also may not be all the time. And that I think Vishal Prabhu is the story. What he would do, every time Prabhupada would come, he would say, he would say, I think Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Every time Prabhupada would come in Vrindavan, he was there. He would come out of his room, he would be there, Vishal Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple. And he would loudly, Jai Srila Prabhupada! And he would bow down something. So it happened few times. So then one time when he said that, Prabhupada stopped there and said, do something tangible. This is okay, Jai Srila Prabhupada, but I have so much to do for the whole world. Please help me in that. Only Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. That should be done, no doubt, but there are so many services, isn't it? Prabhupada said also, this Hari Bol, how long it will go on? Physical service to my body, Vapu is okay, but missionary activities are more important. Otherwise, how long you will go on with Hari Bol, Hari Bol? So we should know what Acharya expects also out of us. Any other? Yes. Hare Krishna. Stopped. Not stopping, she stopped. She understood nobody else can help me. Only Krishna. Yeah, endeavor for Krishna's service. Endeavor for what exactly you're saying? There they were endeavors thinking that I can protect myself. That's wrong, no? Krishna can protect. Only Krishna can protect me, nobody else. That understanding, she thought this person could help, that person could help, this will help, that will help, my strength will help. So these are all wrong. Only Krishna can help us. So she had to come to that level. And when she came to that level, Krishna appeared. And this endeavor is for the self, no? That is for Krishna's pleasure also. So there is okay. No, we should ask our superiors. Where to give up endeavor, where not, we may not know. Otherwise, in ignorance, we will give up endeavor. We should ask. Like we are, let's say, preaching in some college or distributing books somewhere, and there some opposition is there, something happening. So we think, oh, this is not working here. Better give me up, give up the endeavor. No, our superiors may not want that. They may want us to continue. So when they want us to continue, we should not think, oh, there is no endeavor, there is no result here, and so much trouble. No, if you go on, because they are empowered ones, so tomorrow there will be something. At least we will make progress there. And sometimes we may be very happy to go on with some particular endeavor because a lot of results are coming. And they may tell us, no, you please move on. In the Christian world, they have that kind of training. They tell person, young man, go and open church over there. And he goes, works for 10, 15, 20 years. He opens church and he may go for inauguration, but later he may go to his seniors. And they say, okay, now only, tomorrow only you go to that village in South India 1,000 kilometers away and open new temple, a new church. He may say, Haripati, what about inauguration ceremony? And that will take care. You don't have to worry. How much heart will break? But that is too severe a training. But point is, we should not be attached to our endeavors. Should be attached to the pleasure of our superiors. Through our endeavors, we are trying to please them. Like that. It should not become endeavor to please ourselves only. So what is becoming pleasing to us, what is becoming pleasing to them, we may not understand. So better ask them. So a lot of communication is required. Like I remember when I was in NIT Warangal, so then Rajesh would say many times that you should have two-digit number boys shifting to voice every year. Two-digit number means minimum 10. So when I was there as in charge, first year 2006, 4 boys shifted inside first years. 2007, next year 3 boys, next year 2, next year 1. So once I was in the car with Raisham, I said, Raisham, just see, you say two-digit numbers. You say our record is that year 4, then 3, 2, 1. Now next is 0. So why don't you introduce some better preacher? See, I'm not good for this kind of preaching. Once they come inside the youth center, I will take care of them. That I think is fine. But getting them from hostel to voice youth center is not my cup of tea. The results show it. So why don't you introduce some better, powerful preacher like that? He said, we don't have anyone, and you are doing well. No problem. You go ahead. I said, okay. If you are happy, no problem. Even if there are no boys there in this center, I'll regularly go from Pune there. I'll go. I'll read Prabhupada books. I'll cook little bit, and I will come back after 12 days, provided you are okay with it. And I went on like that. Ours was the least count of the boys in all of India. Our preaching there. Now, only 11 boys were there and one working devotee whom we should not count. So 12 devotees in the voice. It was like the least count any voice could ever have, all put together. But I was ecstatic because I was said, go ahead. I was going ahead. And then eventually I was told, come back. So I went back also. So we have to know what is pleasing to them, we have to do. Not that here so many results. I produce the result. That should not happen. Is that somewhat coming closer to answer for you? Okay. Any other? Yes. Yes, we should be grateful to donkeys also. You should be grateful to auto people also, because auto people they go on strike, you have difficulty to move outside. So we should be grateful to everyone. Everybody is moving by the will of the Supreme. Certainly, if they commit offense to Krishna and Vaishnavas, then out of gratitude to Krishna and Vaishnavas, we should correct them also in an appropriate way. But otherwise, gratitude should be towards one and all. Everyone we should be grateful. No, that you don't have to worry. His guru will take care of him. You're talking about devotee or outsider? Krishna will purify him. So many agents. We may be one agent used by Krishna. Krishna will do something. We should not worry about that. We should speak Satyam Bruyat, Priyam Bruyat, Ma Bruyat Satyam Apriyam. Or also we can glorify a person. That Prabodhanand Saraswati Thakur says, no, you should go to person and say, sir, you are such a nice person. Now please give up all your nonsense and surrender to Krishna. So he's glorifying him also, but telling also. But we may not use the word nonsense. Please give up your nonsense and surrender to Krishna. We say, sir, you visited only once in last 1 year. You could make every month a visit. That means you are doing less. Don't think that you are quite surrendered to Krishna. More thing can be done. So it's a very nice way we can put it. As far as pride, Krishna will take care. Krishna doesn't like pride in anyone's heart. That's what Lord or Nimai Pandit says to his children. When Digvijay Pandit comes to Navadip and says, Guruji, you know what? What? A big Digvijay Pandit has come. He has defeated so many people, even ministers of the kings. They have become his disciples. He has been gifted with horses, elephants, golden jewelry, all that, And he's very proud. He has come to Navadip, which is a seat of learning, to defeat all the scholars over here. So Nimai Pandit Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, oh, he's very proud. Krishna doesn't like pride. Just see how he smashes his pride. And Nimai Pandit gives example. Just like Ravan, Kumbhakarna, Kamsa, Kartavirya Arjun, they were very proud of their strength or whatever, intelligence. But they were smashed by the Lord. So this person also will be smashed by Krishna. Krishna meaning Nimai only, who is Krishna only. And he says, Phalavanta vrukshara gunavanta jan namrata se tahara swabhava anukshan. The tree is laden with nice fruits and people with good qualities. Namrata, humility, is their swabhava anukshan. At every moment, their characteristic is namrata. They are humble. But this fellow is not humble, he's proud. Krishna will smash him. Just wait and see. So Krishna will take care of that person. We don't have to necessarily be, unless our superiors have told to take care of, remove that extra pride in him. If we are told, that is different. Otherwise, we should not. Just like in Vrindavan, that Sahajiya came and Sahajiyas would come sometime, they would be rolling on the ground, Krishna, Radha, all that kind of thing they would do. The Prabhupada said, if you are confused, you don't know whether pure devotee has come or some pretender has come. Prabhupada said, tell the guard to give him 2-3 kicks, powerful kicks with the shoes. And still, if he's crying Radha Krishna, then he's a pure devotee. Then you bring him to me and I'll give him Mahaprasad and all that. But if he's stopping all that and he's running away, that means he's a pretender. So that was a test. But otherwise, we should not do that. If it is ordered or in a particular way we are ordered, then we should. That's why communication is superior is very important. Even in the later stages of life, also we can take that privilege, that fortune of communicating with them, in asking them like that. We may not know exactly what is best. To the degree we have controlled our mind and senses, Paramatma is reached. Paramatma samahita. Chitatmana prashantasya Paramatma samahita. To that degree, Krishna will direct directly. Krishna is Chaitya Guru. But if we have not controlled our mind and senses and we are not so close to Paramatma, better the external manifestation or representatives of Guru are there around, we could ask them that this is what is happening in my company or in that preaching area. What should I do? And they will tell this way, that way. If you follow everything very perfectly, nicely, then we will get the guidance from within only. His Grace Bhaktivinoda Prabhu would like to say something. Hare Krishna. Any other question? We may be. For that we have to chant very nicely. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just this external superficial display of chanting is not enough. Here, chanting is hearing. How much we hear? 27,648 holy names are coming out of our mouth, supposed to be during 16 rounds. So are they coming out? First. Second, am I hearing? Are they entering in the ears, ear holes? And what effect is produced in the heart? Rupa Goswami's experience is high class, his realization. That's too high. We may not want millions of tongues, but our question is whether with one tongue I'm chanting 27,648 holy names or not. And whether all of them, I don't have to have hundreds of years. With 2 years, whether 27,648 holy names are entering inside or not. And then next is in the courtyard of my heart, what is the influence, what is the effect of this 27,648 holy names? That we have to ask ourselves. If that is done very nicely, then we will not be in the offensive zone. Then we understand, okay, sometimes a senior, he helped us in a particular field in the early days, but eventually he may not be into that. So then we may know somebody else will help in that particular aspect of life. But he remains still worshipable because we know he had done earlier and now he's doing somewhere else, some other area within devotional service. That is fine. Just like in youth preaching, I may be guided by some youth preacher in my young days, but eventually he is not into youth preaching. He is into fund collection or something. So when I grow up, I'm still in youth preaching. I may not approach him to get all the details of youth preaching because he is not even in touch with the latest changes and all that. But then he remains respectful because he is always my senior. When I was 2 years old, he was 10 years old. So when I become 20 years old, he becomes 28 years old. Not that he remains 20 years old only or 10 years old. He has also made advancement. May not be, as far as practical life goes, he may not be to that department, so I may not consult him. But as far as spiritual life goes, advancement is independent of all these departments, services, and all this. This is just the way all of us are naughty fellows. So naughty children need engagement. We cannot chant 24 hours a day, so we need a lot of engagement. So engagements are there. Nobody should get proud, think that I am doing so great now. I have done more than my seniors. That way, you have not advanced only, or you are advancing in the wrong direction. So one should always be respectful. Advancement in Krishna consciousness means respect is ever increasing. And respect is going down, that means we are not advancing. We are advancing towards Maya's lotus feet. Respect has to be increasing. Prabhupada said appreciation. Appreciation. Devotional service means appreciation. So we should be able to appreciate. everything. Vishwam Purna Sukhayate, Vidhi Mahendra Dishcha Kitayate. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur is saying. The whole world is Sukhalayam. Okay, we may not be that great, but at least we should be able to appreciate within the devotee circle. Like that. And in case some devotees, some things we are not able to appreciate, we should go to superiors and get our vision clarified, opened up through them, how they see the particular situation, how they see it to be, and how do they appreciate that. That we can see that way. Okay. Any other? Plan our life. Hmm. But we have to know, how do you know that this is for your spiritual advancement? Krishna knows well. आम्ही विज्ञ यही मूर्खे विषय केने देवा स्वचरणामृत दिया विषय भुलाएबा. Why should I give? I am intelligent. This person is a fool. Why should I give him vishayas, sense objects? Now you may say, I will use sense objects in Krishna's service. But Krishna knows better than us. So he will not give that. There is a better plan which we may not understand. Just like Prabhupada was not successful in Jhansi. For that matter, one of the best things you could do is read first volume of Lilamrita. You see how Prabhupada went through his life. So many oppositions came, so many hurdles came. Jhansi, 1.5 year of powerful preaching, so many 50 boys around. Nice things were going on. He was about to install. Gauranga Mahaprabhu was brought. Already Gauranga Mahaprabhu was brought. But certainly Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra had to be the official first deities of ISKCON. So that way Gauranga Mahaprabhu took a back seat. He went to Mathura. But then the point is, it was not a success in that sense. Similarly, the last attempt in business, 40,000 rupees were invested. He had taken a bike. Daily he was going. So many things were there, but it did not come out. So we don't know what is Krishna's plan. Prabhupada did not want the headquarters of International Society for Krishna Consciousness to be in Jhansi. Krishna did not want that, isn't it? Can you imagine? International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we have all over the world more than 700 temples. Okay, where are you? Where is your headquarters? Jhansi. Jhansi? कौन सी झांकी? झांकी नहीं, Jhansi. Where is it? So Krishna. In fact, Prabhupada had planned to go to Fiji Islands also. When devotees went in Harinam Sankirtan and distributing BTG magazine, one of the Indians met there and said, "Oh, your disciples of Swami Prabhupada, where is he? He was coming to Fiji. He did not come only. What happened? You know, our Swami was not coming to Fiji. He was going to America. No, he was coming to Fiji." So they were confused. They came to Prabhupada. Said, "Prabhupada, is it true that you are going to Fiji?" He said, "Yes. Before going to America, I thought America is a big place. That's too much. But Fiji is a small island, and that too Indians are there. So it will be easily." So I started interacting with them, communicating with them through letters. But then they were putting so many rules and regulations. Like, okay, Swami, you can come and you can address this and you don't address them. And lot of, they're putting Prabhupada in a box like that. So Prabhupada said they were trying to control me and I could not be controlled by anyone. Even in my childhood, even my father could not control me. So how would I allow these people to control? So I thought I dropped the plan. I did not go to Fiji Island. And then Krishna arranged me to go to America. So Krishna's plans were there for Prabhupada. It had to be in West only, in the best of the places. That's how it can be there. So we don't know our plan. That's why our plan should be sanctioned by our superiors. And then also time and time again, we should keep telling. Just like I told my example. I told Aisha Bro, just see 4, 3, 2, 1. Next could be 0 also. So why don't you introduce? I gave my suggestion also. Why don't you introduce a better preacher? But he said, "No, you are there. Go ahead. Nobody else is there. Go ahead." Very bold. I have informed from my side. So now I have full freedom. So done. Isn't it? So we should not think that I know how I'm going to make my life, and no, we don't know anything. Just like COVID, earlier in 2019 they had Mission 2020. In 2020 we are going to have this, going to have so much talk. Mission 2020. What mission? Full lockdown, complete lockdown was the mission of the Lord. COVID-19. Before 2020 comes 19. So COVID-19 was designed by the Lord. So we know nothing. We are, that's why in front of a spiritual master also it is said we should think I am a fool, number one. And even in general also, what do we know? How the world would be? Nothing is in our hands. Just can't predict anything. So that's why seeking the association and guidance of superior is very, very important. That's what I do in my life. Even small things sometimes which are not clear to me, I just SMS to Rayesham bro or mail or something like that, or direct call if it is some little description, cannot be so much typed. So it's very important. Otherwise, being in touch with superiors is very important. You should not become autonomous, autocrats. Hare Krishna. So we'll end. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. So I'm very grateful to you all. Hare Krishna. Lecture should begin and end with grateful.
Hare Krishna. So we cannot show sufficient gratitude to Prabhuji because it said by Prathu Maharaj that one who tries to repay the debt of great souls is a joker. So we cannot we cannot show gratitude, but we can have a tinge of gratitude for applying these teachings in our life. And we thank Prabhuji by one time loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Prabhuji came yesterday night 10 o'clock from Rodkela, and today morning Prabhuji gave class. And today is Ekadashi, so it's chanting marathon. And Prabhuji is giving evening Hindi class. हिंदी में प्रभु जी क्लास दे रहे हैं शाम को 7:30 बजे जो हिंदी क्लास होता है. तो अब सब भक्त को इनविटेशन है उसके लिए. और chanting devotees who want, we'll let you know where the chanting will have chanting marathon. Those devotees who are eager are requested to come and join for the chanting. And also yesterday devotees were in Rath Yatra, 4 hours, 3 hour, 4 hour dancing, then drawn in the rain completely, but still they came in the morning for the class. Some devotees are coming all the way from Belandur, some from so many places. So we are grateful for all the devotees to make it here for the Prabhuji's class. Hare Krishna. And this breakfast prasadam, Ekadashi breakfast prasadam for all the devotees down.